opposite third. I was born in '86. I just turned 37 last week, July 5th.
Young buck.
Man, yeah. So, yeah, being raised in the '90s, you know, going through school and stuff like that in the '90s, early 2000s. You know, that was, you know, being raised in the. I was raised in the '90s. I was born in '86. So.
Yeah, you talking about
90s?
Or you're referring to like gang banging,
everything.
Yeah, '90s was
it was
a
Brotherhood.
lot of gangs.
Yeah, it was Brotherhood. So back to the question of how was school life and everything like that. Being part of the Brotherhood in the neighborhood that we lived in, you know, the older guy, you know, the older brothers, there was just like, stay focused in school. We don't want to see you out here being no drug dealers or, you know, stick up kids or, you know, like robbing people or anything like that. So, you know, our focus was to stay in school. They literally would want to see our report cards. If we don't do good, we slap box, you know?
Really?
And like,
tell me about
like
you remember any times you had to slap box? Or?
Yeah, I had to slap box one time.
What happened?
With my big bro. Because I forget what it was. I think I got in trouble at school or suspended or something like that and got into like a crazy fight or whatever. And he found out about it. Like, he was like, what was it for? Did it have anything to do with this or that? Like, let's go, 55 seconds.
Oh, whoop that ass.
Man, yeah, it's ultimate slap box, you know, bigger brother versus the younger, you know, open hand. So not
at least they could have been giving you packages the whole instead.
Yeah, you know, it could have been like that. So good thing that it wasn't. So, but there was, growing up at that time, it's crazy. We're all island. So being raised in the hood, right? It wasn't too many white folks. A lot of the white folks that you encountered was cops, teachers, bus drivers, like, you know, the transit, you know, and stuff like that. Like, your neighbors for miles are not. But then you'd have the token family, like, you know, that lives in the hood. You know, that's why you have the one little white boy, or the one that's in class, you know, that's here too, you know.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yep. Growing up at that time, you know, he's the one that walks the fine line of, you know, is he allowed to say it or not? You know, everybody, you know, if you're not allowed to say it, you know you're not allowed to say it. Exactly. He's like, yeah, bro, you're not allowed to say it. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm close, but no cigar. But yeah, growing up, you know, it was rough for all of us, man. At that time, I lived where, you know, all the island folks was at, you know. So a lot of us was, you know, Haitians, Jamaicans, Virgin Islands. Man, it's everybody, the whole melting pot. And like the Bronx and stuff like that, different parts, different boroughs would be, you know, Puerto Ricans, the Dominicans.
Yeah.
You have the Asians, you know, there. Excuse me. Everybody was there, but it's like we used to fight amongst ourselves, you know. So it used to be a lot of Haitian versus Jamaican, or like, it was crazy back in those days. So when and school was mostly all black and stuff. So when you'd fight or when you get picked on and stuff like that, it's not necessarily say it was a racist thing. But it wasn't white black, you know what I'm saying?
Islands.
It was mixed. It was everybody stuck with who they were. The Trinidadians, the Virgin Island guys, the Jamaicans, the Haitians over here, the Spanish, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
y'all was fighting each other. Y'all was basically the same thing.
Yeah, you know, we're all still here. Yeah. We're all under the same government assistance.
Were you like, did y'all like create gangs or gangbang, or would y'all like just be like neighborhoods?
It was more like a brotherhood, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like it was more like a brotherhood. We looked out for each other and made sure that we did right. You know, we'd help the the elder ladies that is pushing the carts coming from Seatown. From back in the day, that was like a Walmart or King Supers here. On the East Coast there's Publix. In the South,
South we got Kroger's, Piggly
Wiggly's over there. Yeah,
I get what you're saying.
Man, I remember the first time I heard of a Piggly Wiggly. I had a close homegirl of mine that moved to the South, and this was later on in life when I joined the military. I was down in the neck of the woods and met up with her, and I heard her say Piggly. I was like, what the hell is a Piggly Wiggly?
And she's from Alabama,
and then they broke it down. It was South Carolina.
Oh, okay. They got Piggly Wigglies up there.
Yeah. So I was like, what the hell?
It's like a grocery store.
But it was, yup.